I've really found the experience of using Kanjo to be extremely helpful for me with my son. He already had some difficulties with language and communicating and vocalizing what he's feeling. Obviously, with him being 4, my biggest need is I want to make sure that he's ready for school and ready to have fun with all of his friends. So for me, the app has been absolutely amazing for me to get that feedback of exactly how he's feeling and, most importantly, his emotional well-being.
We are huge into reading, and it's not always convenient. Like when we're out and about, if we're waiting at the bus stop, I would love to be able to do something like read, but it's inconvenient to take books. So being able to have like Kanjo, getting to read, which is my favorite thing in the whole world to do, and get to do it with my kids, but in a way that is educational. I mean, kind of educational, but like building life skills, and then getting to reflect on what you've read, which good for the development of those social emotional skills, plus just comprehension in general. Yeah. So,
I still need the comprehension skills.
Then,
I should start using Kanjo.
And then as far as the games that we've been playing, Karina really likes drawing them, and when we kind of take turns sometimes, and then she'll encourage me, add more details, mommy, and it's fun to think and reflect on like a fun day that you had, a memorable day, and also incorporating those something scary that happened, and being able to reflect on those and know everything is good, we can talk about it all, and find different ways to communicate about drawing and all that. You like when I guess the things wrong, huh?
I really think we need an app like Kanjo at the moment, because everything is evolving so quickly, and you need to be able to be on top of your children, or you can't be that much on top of your children, or you don't know how to be on top of them. And this is something that will give them the tools for them to develop in the proper way in terms of mental health, to be able to address any type of difficulties that they might have with what it is to grow as a child and into their adolescent years, which is probably even more complicated than into adulthood, and how things are evolving and so fast that it's scary. I think if I had an extra hand that was able to walk them through it and maybe able to see how they're progressing, is the most ideal app to have. So definitely I would recommend it.
Well, I'm a huge adept of speaking about emotional intelligence, and I'm a private tutor myself, so I work with kids just slightly older though, and I know that kind of speaking about our emotions, expressing our fears is really, really important nowadays. And kids, teenagers cannot do that. Even adults cannot do that. And I remember our first conversation was, as we remember today, like more than a year ago. And I really liked the questions Sophia asked us. It was kind of simple, but it never ever occurred to me to ask the same questions, so just to ask my son about that. And I consider myself to be kind of really empathetic mom, and kind of feeling his emotions, like responding to his emotions. And that was great. And I want my son kind of to be really good with I identify what's going wrong with them, or with him, or what kind of emotions. Can you sit for a while, please? Just kind of feeling feeling his feelings and being okay with that. And I think that what I'm doing can definitely help with that.
Why to join a parenting community? Well, parents are the real experts. There's always someone who's been through what you're going through and come out the other side. That's important. Second, so you're not a bad parent because they've been through it before and quite the other side. So that's also tick tick. You're not the only one going through this. And thirdly, because no one else is awake at 3 a.m. worrying about these things, there's usually a parent that is. So that's another great reason.
Children at a very early age start to develop an understanding of themselves, and if you can facilitate that dialogue, so much the better. Kanjo does that for you. It actually brings to the fore emotions in a safe space. The people behind Kanjo are filled with love and empathy and are very smart. And they're looking at your child, not to monetize, but more importantly, to help. Also, the most important interaction for your children at that early stage is parent and child. And for the parent to be helped to understand better their children is key.